Max, you were saying this is the secret garden.
Yes.
Yeah. And so, how long has the secret garden been here?
It's about 8 years old.
Yep.
And it started because behind that fence over there, you see a big pile of something.
Yeah.
There's an elementary school there. My daughters used to go there
Yeah.
to school.
Yeah.
And I was talking to the principal about school gardens and stuff like that. And he said, well, behind this gate somewhere there, I see a garden, but there's no one there.
Yeah.
Maybe you can talk to them. So I started talking to the elderly home, and they told me this was for people learning to walk again after being disabled.
Uh-huh.
So people stay here for a couple of weeks, months, and then they leave this part of the
Yep.
building.
Yep.
And they didn't really use this garden because around the corner in the garden is more for recreational use.
Yes.
So we made a plan to put a gate in the fence, have the whole garden edible,
Yep.
and make a new design for it. And so we got some funds, and one social fund and one elderly fund, to get some money to
Oh, good.
transform the garden into a forest garden, basically.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Shall we go for a walk?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Well, we used to maintain it like 6 times a year, but just before the summer, an
Uh-huh.
accident happened, and a regular gardener from the elderly home really did some maintenance,
Right.
cutting everything back.
Right.
Yeah, and actually, some of the things we would have loved for him to weed, he left.
He left the weeds,
like
but
these grasses and stuff like that.
he left the weeds, but he
Yeah.
took out some of the stuff you planted, did he? Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
what we see here at the front is a lot of plum trees,
Yeah.
quince,
Yeah.
chocolate vines over there,
Yes.
a lot of berry bushes, cherry bushes, medlar over there. We have sour cherry, some nashis, autumn olives,
Yep.
hazelnuts.
Wow.
I'm not sure what the English name is, but it's like a Chinese mulberry tree with really interesting fruits, which
Uh-huh.
haven't done anything because of the drought and the maintenance that was done. But these normally grow bigger, and you can really have nice, almost tropical kind of fruits
Ooh. Okay.
on them.
It's not a Butus strawberry
It's a
tree.
Cornish causa.
A cornice.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's used a lot because it has really ornamental leaves. Basically, these flowers are way bigger than white flowers. That size.
Yep.
Yeah.
Lovely. Okay, and you've put a little bit of structure into the place too. You've got the pergola.
Yeah.
Here,
Exactly.
which is nice.
And in the back, there's a little small pond.
Oh
And we
yeah.
have a lot of herbaceous layer plants here, like ostrich fern, hostas,
Yeah, hostas. Really interesting edible. Who would have thought you could eat hostas?
pollinatum, the Solomon seal. We also have some here.
Yep.
The Japanese ginger, sea kale, stuff like that. We also, but our greatest harvest over here is about 50 to 80 kilos every year of bamboo shoots.
Bamboo shoots.
So this bamboo hedge, which was already here, the first spring, we found out it was a really nice edible bamboo. So we made a path behind it, and we can harvest, like I said, 50 to 80 kilos of bamboo shoots every year.
That's
And
great.
there's a really good market for that.
Is there?
Because we put it on social media a
Yep.
couple of years ago.
Oh.
We got calls from Berlin and Belgium
Oh.
from restaurants asking us
Oh.
if we could send it to them because they wanted to buy some of us. But
Isn't that
we said, well,
interesting?
doesn't really fit in our plans of growing it locally.
But
There's a market there.
yeah, and
And
Martin.
we got a real good price, like 30 euros a kilo for
That's
bamboo shoots.
great.
Yeah.
200
Easily.
Ooh, okay. Yeah.
So that's a cash crop.
Cash crop. Yeah, and I think Martin Crawford was saying that almost all of the temperate zone bamboos have edible shoots.
Yeah, but a lot of them are either too small or too bitter.
Yeah, right.
So you do need to have good varieties that have nice taste to them.
Yeah.
And thick shoots.
Yeah. Do you know what one this is?
We kind of figured it out, but we're not 100%
This is
sure.
sure.
But it's a Philostacus.
It's a Philostacus. Yeah. Oh, this is a great little garden. You got the sea buckthorn.
Sea buckthorn, some different kind of berries, fig,
Yeah.
winter hardy citrus.
Oh yes.
Odifada. No,
Oh yeah. What's that one called?
think Poncirus trifolia, but I think they changed the family name of that plant, and now it's I'm not sure anymore.
yeah. These are currants.
Yeah, yellow currants we call them. I'm not sure. Odoratum.
Odoratum.
Yeah.
Yep. What are these?
I think it's in Dutch called Queen's herb or something.
Okay. Yep. You got a little oak
Yeah,
coming up.
volunteers.
Yeah. And these are daylilies.
No.
No?
These are grasses. They used to
Oh.
be in the garden before we implemented it.
Ah.
The first years we weeded them, and they grow really well in shade. So
Okay.
this was really overgrown before the garden was taken care of, not the way we wanted.
Uh-huh.
Another one's interesting is the strawberry tree, which
Yeah.
usually in the Netherlands doesn't grow that well, but because we're in the city over here, it survives our winters.
This one here.
Yeah, the winter evergreen.
Yeah. Yeah. And so this will turn to red.
They take a year to ripen. So in November they flower, and in November the fruit. You see here the new flowers coming.
Yeah.
And at the same time when they flower, the old fruits ripen. Really nice.
Yeah,
It started growing really slowly, but now it's really taking off.
And the strawberry trees are arbutus?
Yeah, exactly.
Arbutus. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
There's green sea kale. It's also a really interesting plant. It's Cambe cordifolia, I think.
Yep. One of these perennial kales.
The citrus, the winter hardy citrus I was talking about. You see here, these ripen, but they're quite small.
Yes.
Usually a bit bigger, but they ripen in November, December. They really bright color they get. It's really ornamental also, but it grows slowly, and it takes about 7 years for the first fruits to arrive.
Yep. Trifoliatum. Yeah.
Trifolia. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And the fig.
Trifolia. Yeah, which actually isn't doing that well over here.
No.
I'm not sure why, but now it's slowly taking off.
Yep.
Maybe because it was a bit too much in the shade of the trees in front of it.
Sure. Yeah.
This was created for someone in a wheelchair to garden.
Yes.
One guy living here did it for a couple of years, but now it's not taken care of.
Yep.
Perennial cabbage.
Perennial cabbage.
Yeah, Dutch it's called eeuwige moes, or I'm not sure what the English name is. It's a kale, but
Perennial.
Walking stick kale or something like that.
Yeah. It's definitely a brassica, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really you can take out and stick it in the ground, and it can grow.
And off it goes for a new one.
Yeah, it's known for that also, and you can harvest it almost all year round.
Yep.
The downside in the city is that doves also love it.
The doves.
Yeah.
The pigeons are doves.
Yeah. Pigeons. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
And they'll just.
That's also a problem with the community gardens. If you have too many cabbages and no
nets,
then they eat all your cabbages.
I've
grown some farmer's kills, and on top of them was all shit of birds sitting on them, eating and shitting at the same time. Really nasty.
Oh, yeah, then you got some traditional sort of garden beds.
Green asparagus, the Japanese ginger.
Yeah.
Like European wasabi. I don't know, Mirix or horseradish.
Horseradish, yeah.
Yeah. Which have really nice edible leaves.
Yep, and the Korean ginger or
Japanese
ginger.
Where you eat the flowers, the shoots.
Yes.
And the flowers.
Shoots and flowers. Yes.
So not the roots because they're poisonous.
Yes.
You probably have the ginger that we buy in the supermarket as a.
We can grow that. Yeah, that's right. But also the leaf gingers.
Sea fennel. I don't know if it translates, but in Dutch it's called sea fennel.
Sea fennel. Oh, there's so many great plants. Oh.
Haven't done any weeding here for a time, I see, so that also needs to be done.
Yeah, that's a great garden. I love it.
Are
many people coming out to use it, do you think?
No, very little. Actually, one of the problems was that the school was hardly or not using it.
But
because we started off designing and implementing these locations and maintaining them,
Yeah.
which with as little effort as possible.
Yeah.
We never really put time into getting people involved.
Yeah.
That's basically the next phase where we're at right
That's
now.
the next phase.
Yeah.
And it's a good time, isn't it? Like now people can actually see there's a bit of a structure to it. It's a bit more readable as a forest.
Yeah, and hopefully next year we'll be able to implement the herbaceous layer more and have a bit of more of a garden.
Yeah.
And then maybe the elderly home is happy also.
Yeah, and you think with the yields you're getting from the bamboo,
that's our most precious.
That excites people, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I'll be, oh yeah, we're getting to the bamboo harvest, and there's a thing that people can do.
Yeah.
Because do you think something like the bamboo that could be like a communal harvest, or is it more special?
Could be.
Yeah.
But I mean, bamboo, I think, is one of the crops that farmers should start growing.
Yeah.
The downside is it takes 8 to 10 years for really to get started.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it needs to be maintained because then else it will spread.
And it spreads like anything.
So
yeah.
I wouldn't recommend it in more urban city kind of environment.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But if you have farmer land, like one big row and bamboo, and you can harvest on both sides, that would be perfect.
Oh yeah. But you've inherited this, so you might as well use it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fantastic. Great.